Hi TransByDef, I'm Jenna. I am going to be replacing Charlotte, and I'd like to thank her for her time with TransByDef and her strength and experience and help and hope. I'm going to be the Wednesday person on TransByDef now, and I'm looking forward to working with the rest of the crew to try to make the best conversation and topics that we can for you and answer your questions. This week's topic was set by Harley on stealth dating, which is one of those things that the conundrum of when to tell or not tell is ongoing. I don't think there'll ever be a decision of what's the right thing to do, and it's probably a very personal decision. I got baby kitties. It's probably a very personal decision for each person that's involved. And I guess that starts if you have the ability to pass and successfully and work through the dating ritual or mix in society as a T person. Personally, I don't out myself to anyone in my personal or private life unless there's a need to know basis. As far as my social life goes, Harley touched on something that is dear to my heart, is that when people what up baby, when people know that before they know and after they know, you are totally treated different. And I don't want to say that that's a ongoing thing because, or 100%, because there are always exceptions to the rule, but the majority of people will look at you different afterly. So I in lockstep with Harley on that comment. Personally, I don't tell until I'm at the point of having sexual relationships, or if I feel like the relationship is really going somewhere and the intimacies of who you are and sharing things is getting too much to handle. At that point, I will divulge. Now, the other side of divulging is that a lot of times it blows up in your face. I've had that happen to me. I haven't had physical anger applied to my body, but I have had it applied to my mind. And that's hurtful, probably as much as or more so than the physical, because the mental thing leaves scars that don't heal so much, and they stay up here. So, I'm bisexual post-op, and I have dated both genders, and I find it very difficult when you're out. The last girl I dated sent me a Dear John letter the day after I told her, and I was kind of crushed because he was going somewhere good. And the guy I told didn't talk to me for, actually somebody else told him, didn't talk to me for a long period of time, but when he did decide to call me and download on me, it was vicious, very, very vicious. And it was painful. So, there's a thing with being in stealth that you take the risk of physical violence against you. And even though things are changing today, it's really, if you look at if you're here in the United States, I don't know how it is in Europe or anywhere else, but if you're here in the United States, there's clusters of safe areas for us, and then there's areas that are not so safe. So you have to really gauge the person. If you're, personally, I think if you're going to date somebody and you're in the older age group, the dating pool, you have to ask yourself when you're starting to get into a relationship, is this person a tranny chaser and they know? And do they have history? You know, what's their history? You know, as people begin to age and get older, the available pool of people to date gets smaller. You know, gets significantly smaller, and those people that are available may have issues from previous relationships that you need to know about before you jump into a relationship. You look at Eddie Arroyo, you know, what happened there with Gwen, and those type of things. And you really, it's not something to take casually. I think it's something you have to think about seriously before you jump in. Obviously, if you're dating trans to trans, it's not so much of an issue, but when you're going into a cis world and dating, it's a different thing, and as it is in the business world. Not only do you transition and have the T issue to deal with, but you also have to deal with, you know, competing in a different arena if you're an F, you know, an M to F. Stealth is one of those things, I think, on a conundrum is always going to be different for the person that's involved in it. I don't date too often anymore because I'm kind of become asexual. I really can't be bothered with the drama. But I do worry, you know, about those that do, and especially the younger T-folk that are into the excitement of a new relationship and fun, and your body's changing and everything's wonderful, and I get all that. But you really have to slow the boat down and give serious consideration to the person that if you're going to, you know, you do have, you're lucky enough to be able to pass and be able to go into stealth or deep stealth, then you really need to give that really serious thought. If you're just, you know, now casually speaking, if I'm out on the town or you know, I sail catamarans, if I'm at the club sailing catamarans or spending the weekend down the shore at the beach with the boat, then it's a different animal. I don't ever out myself. You know, I do the talk circuit for schools and colleges and stuff, and those times I'm wide open. But you know, to the store or anywhere else, I maintain a stealth environment. Now, you know, I alluded before that people that that know me look at me different, and so you know, the areas in my life that crosses with the general population, there's people that know and don't know. You really have to trust them to keep, you know, to cover your back, and those people do slip, which creates issues sometimes when you get heat. And it's not, you know, I'm thick-skinned enough that I don't take it personally because I know it's not done in a vindictive manner. But if you're in stealth and you're with somebody that knew you before, that creates a whole nother, you know, thought process that you need to keep in mind. So those are kind of my things on stealth is you know, is fear of physical violence, and then you know, trying to blend into society seamlessly, and I wish everybody could. You know, I get clicked sometimes. You know that look when you get clicked, and you know, you go by. But for someone that's new or younger and starting to think about that, you also have to be very, you know, trans people get so caught in the euphoria of transition and think that they're totally stealth, and they're not. Or if you're going to be playing in the stealth road, there's also the clothing thing to think about. If you're going to Kmart, dress like a Kmart girl. If you're going to go to Neiman Marcus, then dress that way. And you know, you got to watch your makeup and all that kind of stuff. But that's a whole nother topic that we can go into. So at any rate, I'm Jenna. I look forward to your comments. I look forward to what the other girls have to say. And it's really great to be part of this team and part of all the fun that's going to come out of it in education. So, anything I can do, let me know. Say goodbye, Spanky, and I will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.